am right now, like, I have not always been a victim, but, like, right now I'm a freaking victim in the situation. I'm scared to go downstairs and walk my dogs. I just walked them and I told him, you don't have a chance, and now all of a sudden this is all happening.
What's his name?
Christian Obumseli.
Christian?
Please, just, like, don't get me kicked out of my own apartment.
We just want to get him. We just want to...
I'm scared. I'm scared of him.
We've all heard choose the bear. We've also heard decenter men. But what happens when the woman is the danger? This isn't a gender war. It's not anti-woman or pro-man. It's about facts, patterns, and what gets ignored when the story doesn't fit the narrative. Welcome back to What's Done in the Dark. Courtney Clenney, an OnlyFans model, now faces second-degree murder charges in the death of her boyfriend, Christian Obumseli. On April 3rd, 2022, police were called to a Miami high-rise. They found Obumseli with a single stab wound to the chest. He later died at the hospital. Clenney claimed self-defense, but investigators say the evidence tells a different story. And that's where this case gets uncomfortable. The day before Christian was taken away from his family, the police were called out to the apartment where he and Courtney lived. Take a listen to this.
We get down here to the lobby here. Boyfriend. You just want to get in the middle of it. So,
yes.
Yes, okay.
But you
Time out. Back. Let me talk. Okay.
I feel very bad.
What's your name? Courtney?
What?
Why do you have to be
Has anything against you?
We're trying to talk. So, you just want to get back in your apartment. Unfortunately, he turned it.
That is totally fine.
Okay.
He's been literally sleeping in my own room without permission. She stayed with me.
And you get back to your apartment. What else do you
I
need?
was told I was going to come inside of
Go ahead, Courtney. What's going on?
And somehow, I said nothing wrong.
We're listening.
You didn't say something wrong.
Yes. I just stayed in my apartment this morning. I didn't take my dogs out for I stayed in my apartment because I didn't take my dogs out for 8 hours because I was afraid that when I came back in, I did I walked my dogs.
Courtney, does he have any property in your apartment?
Yes, so much. Can I
Courtney, does he have any property in your apartment?
Yes, so much. Can I just, with respect, can I please? Okay.
Go ahead.
I just and I want him to get here. I want a restraining order against Christian. I said.
Your questions are making much of an
I am right now, like, I have not always been a victim, but, like, right now I'm a freaking victim in the situation. I'm scared to go down. I'm scared to walk my dogs. I just walked them and I told them, you don't have a chance, and now all of a sudden this is all happening.
What's his name?
Christian Obumseli.
Christian?
Please, just, like, don't get me kicked out of my own apartment.
We just want to get him. We just want to...
I'm scared. I'm scared of him. This world. Like, I am really
What do you
I want to be like, I want to be like exonerated, I guess. And I want him to get out of here. I want a restraining order against Christian Obumseli.
We don't issue that.
No, I'm serious. Can I do that? Where can I
go to court. You have to go to
okay, well, how
downtown.
can I make myself first? Because I know him.
And we actually try to get in.
How can I make myself first?
You gotta get there first. Before...
Is he already on the way?
We have no idea. We don't even know how it looks like. So you question this. I need a restraining order against it.
Okay, did you hear all this?
Listen. Who's on the phone with you?
It's my dad.
Okay, well, let me explain to you something with your dad on the phone so you can hear me. You asked me, how can I get a restraining order against him? I answer you, we don't issue those. That's through court. You asked me, I need to get one before him. I told you, 3 ways for you to get to court. Then you asked me, is he on the way already? I asked you, I don't even know how he looks like. You understand?
I stayed in my apartment.
Your questions are making much of an effort.
I am.
Court records describe a relationship that was volatile and escalating. Text messages allegedly show Obumseli expressing fear for his life weeks before his death. Police were called to the apartment multiple times for domestic disputes. Prosecutors argued this wasn't a sudden snap. They say it was a pattern. The defense insists Clenney was being choked and acted to survive.
It was shocking because, a lot of couples argue, a lot of couples do things and get into it, but not physical like that.
That was Clenney's former neighbor speaking exclusively to NBC6. He says he took this video in February, 2 months before the fatal stabbing. The video doesn't have audio, but the neighbor says he heard the couple from the 12th floor.
We just started hearing them arguing, and he started eating real quick, and, she was being a little aggressive, trying to jump in the water.
This is more video of the couple in a fight released by the Miami-Dade state attorney. It shows Clenney slapping and beating Obumseli repeatedly in an elevator.
Such interactions appear to have caused Clenney and Christian to separate at various times.
The state attorney says this shows a pattern of violence in an unhealthy and unstable relationship that ended in murder. But Clenney's attorney says it's irrelevant and doesn't show what happened the day of the murder. A murder, he says, was in self-defense. A statement in part says, quote, the charging decision in this matter should have been made on the evidence of what occurred that evening in the apartment and nothing more. This is a case of self-defense, and the facts that will be presented at the trial will prove this.
All right, those 2 open warrants are in Texas and California for intoxication and misdemeanor assault on a family member.
Well, it got worse when she drank. When she was drinking, she could be a lot more temperamental.
Think about it. But they stand firmly behind Courtney's claim. She killed Christian in self-defense. They insist the abuse was a two-way street.
I do think it may have been mutually physical, but you have to remember that he weighed, 230 pounds? And she weighed 150.
Did she ever tell you she feared he would kill her?
Yes, he almost did. A couple weeks before that, she said that she was passing out. He was strangling her, and she said that it was going through her mind, oh my gosh, my mom's going to have to plan my funeral.
After Obumseli's death, Clenney's parents didn't just grieve alongside her, they moved to protect her. They were charged for allegedly attempting to access Obumseli's laptop, a device prosecutors believed could contain evidence relevant to the case. Those charges were later dropped, but the implication lingered. To critics, it looked less like concern and more like intervention, an attempt to control information before investigators could. Inside the courtroom, the case only grew stranger. Knife-throwing demonstrations, evidence disputes, allegations of prosecutorial misconduct. This wasn't just a trial, it became a spectacle where even the people closest to the accused were pulled into the spotlight. OnlyFans promises fast money and independence, but most creators earn under $200 a month. Courtney Clenney was not most creators. She reportedly made over $2.7 million in 2 years. That level of income can shift everything.
Clenney claims she stabbed Christian Obumseli in self-defense back in 2022. CBS News Miami's Nakaya Carrero has more of the footage and what both sides are saying tonight.
We're here in Edgewater where Christian Obumseli died, and we have a warning. The video you are about to see shows a graphic depiction of domestic violence and may be hard for some viewers to watch. The footage was released by the Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office as part of a mound of new evidence in this case.
I was sober for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And now why am I not sober? Because of you.
New video shows OnlyFans model Courtney Clenney hitting then-boyfriend Christian Obumseli over a dozen times while on a trip in Aspen, Colorado. This is one of more than 100 pieces of evidence released to the Obumseli family civil attorney as part of the investigation.
In that video, you can see Courtney acting erratically. You can see her hitting Christian multiple times, which unfortunately is consistent with her behavior throughout this entire case.
Flirting with like 3 girls.
What three girls? You?
Well, maybe I think that doesn't matter.
In the video, Clenney accuses Obumseli of cheating on her, which he denies. His family's attorney says the behavior Courtney exhibited in this video was a disturbing pattern.
Unfortunately, we see throughout these videos, we see throughout the phone calls and the communications that Courtney had some insecurities, as most women do, and that's no faulting to her.
Clenney's attorney said in a statement to CBS News Miami, "This video is an example of the toxic relationship between Obumseli and Courtney Clenney. Evidence exists that Obumseli physically abused Courtney on prior occasions, and on April 3rd, 2022, Courtney was forced to defend herself from Obumseli's physical attack." In court, Clenney's attorneys have argued she killed her boyfriend in self-defense during a domestic dispute. At the heart of the criminal and civil case, who was the aggressor in their relationship?
Domestic violence can happen against a man, and it can happen against a larger man. It does happen, and men are victims, and Christian was a victim.
The social media influencer is charged with second-degree murder.
This case matters because it challenges something people avoid admitting. Men can be victims. Abuse doesn't wear one face, and accountability shouldn't depend on gender. This isn't about demonizing women. It's about refusing to ignore patterns, even when they're inconvenient. Courtney Clenney's trial is set for January 20th, 2026. Until then, more facts will surface, more narratives will clash, and the truth, whatever it is, will come out. Because what's done in the dark always comes to the light. Before you go, ask yourself this. If the roles were reversed, would the conversation sound the same? Would the headlines change? Would public sympathy shift? Justice shouldn't depend on who fits the narrative. It should depend on the truth. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe for updates as the case unfolds.